were quad one wins. We are underway. Senior Day, Baton Rouge at the PMAC. As you take a look at the starting five, 5 seniors started for LSU, and that is one of them, the grad transfer, Jordan Wright.
I think that play was almost drawn up 2 days ago.
The Missouri starting five, Aiden Shaw in the starting five. Bates, one of the leading scorers, along with Sean East, who has been sensational here of late. In the corner, side of the backboard from Tamar Bates.
Missouri is open man-to-man, but I would expect the visitors to mix up their defenses tonight.
Baker finds Wilkinson. Hannibal whips it into the corner to Baker. Passed up on the three, backing in. Blind pass to Hunter Dean. Dean missed the first one, tried to get it back, could not. Here comes Mizzou in transition. It's Honor. Spot and fire three. Got it! And Missouri takes the early lead.
That's a change that Dennis Gates gave his team about 10 games ago. He wants Nick Honor to shoot anytime he sees the rim.
Baker never bashful in his own right. The big man has the green light. East, number 55 on the black jersey, leading this Mizzou squad. Honor again. Heat check three from the corner. Baker top floor for the rebound.
Game's got good early pace to it.
On the drive, it's right. Left it short. Mizzou comes away with it. 3-on-2. Bates gliding as he does so well. You and I have watched Tamar Bates do that all year. He goes airborne. It looks like he doesn't have a plan, but he always has an answer.
He actually fumbled that ball as he was going up. What a finish.
Early 5-2 Mizzou lead. Dean on the drive. Takes it strong, and an and one for Hunter Dean. High-spirited guy since he arrived on campus. Can't connect on the free throw, but there's Baker, the fellow big, cleaning it up for LSU, an extra possession. Baker to Ward. 7 on the shot clock. Here comes Ward, rise and fire. Left it off to the right. Shaw rips it away for Mizzou.
Good early sign for Missouri on the glass because they have really struggled, especially on the defensive end.
-7 on the glass this season. That's an offensive scout, illegal screen set forth. As Hannibal hits the deck, the foul will go against Shaw. That's his second. Matt McMahon, great discussion with Matt McMahon today after practice. Arrived in what could be best described as a difficult situation, considering what the program was going under. He knew that when he took the job. There was certainly going to be some rebuilding. And you look at where they were a year ago as a 2-win conference team, and here they are, a chance to finish in the upper half as Ward, with contact, hits a three.
That's great awareness, but Ward is really good in terms of a catch and shoot guy. 42% on the year.
Bates in the corner, bottled up. Carolero fires up an oxygen ball. Right up top. Ward passes up the post, now will feed Dean down low. Dean backing in on the 7-footer. Pump fake, shot up, lays it in. Good aggressive take there by Hunter Dean, who's got 4.
Should I say this again? LSU is running their offense through Hunter Dean.
I'm sure he's more than happy about that. Carolero in trouble. And then stepping out of bounds is Bates. Are playing a conference game. They're right there in the final 5 minutes, and then they fall just short of the mark. We keep thinking one day they're going to bite somebody, LSU hoping that it's not them tonight.
And they said they were going to change up their defenses, and they do just that, going to that 1-1-3 that kind of flattens out into a 2-3.
certainly a mammoth one who's now enjoying life in the NBA. Demoy Hodge
was
terrific
so
player.
good a year ago.
Mizzou in a scoring drought here that's lasted nearly 3 minutes. East skips it over into the corner to Bates on a three. Back iron, and there is Will Baker on another rebound. Ward looking for help, finds it in Jordan Wright.
You know, Mike, LSU's had a really interesting season in terms of their point guard play, because it started without Jalen Cook, then it was with Jalen Cook, and now it's with Trey Hannibal the last 10 games.
And that has been point guards all season long. Give Trey Hannibal credit. He's made the adjustment, averaging over 5 assists the last 6 games. When he doesn't turn it over, he is very efficient for the Tigers. Honor on a three. Right now, Mizzou just can't buy a bucket.
That's a good look, though, for Honor.
Hannibal downhill, spinning on East, and a pretty move by Trey Hannibal for his first 2 points.
And he can do that in transition with an open floor. And Sean East is going to have to be a little bit more selfish in terms of getting some shots up.
East, 16-footer from the elbow.
On cue.
Yep. He is a lot of fun to watch. Leading scorer, averaging 17.5 per game. 6 consecutive 20-point games for Sean East, and he's not selfish either. Averages over 4 assists a game. Bates on a steal, and Bates has it blocked from behind by Jordan Wright. Blatant foul. Not only do you not get the whistle, but because they rule no block, LSU gets the basketball. And a foul, a bump foul, nickel and dimer on position.
The young freshman.
Right. Blind pass to Ward, and Ward had it stripped. Quick hands there by Nick Honor. When LSU is not turning it over,
right,
offensively they can actually be quite good and aesthetically pleasing because they have guys who can shoot, although that was a brick. They rebound well, although Jordan Wright just had it slip through his hands. Just the turnovers.
Yeah, again, because you're giving away free points, or the pick sixes, if you will. But that's kind of a struggle if you don't have a true point guard on the roster. Well, I'm telling you, East is so good.
Beautiful feed. I mentioned East, not just a great shooter. He does average over 4 dimes a game, and that was a beautiful one.
East plays off 2 feet. He plays smart. He never gets sped up.
Baker plowing into Carter, bobbled it. Back out for a reset into the hands of Reed. Reed puts it on the deck. Reed bobbles it all the way down to the baseline. Right, late clock. Has to pull the trigger and fires up an air ball.
There wasn't anything that looked good about that possession.
No, that's when you burn the tape. East, strong take, and gets the foul in the basket.
Averaging 10 free throws a game.
How about what Dennis Gates said about Sean East? I think he's got what it takes to be in the NBA.
Yeah, he was adamant.
He was adamant. He might not get drafted, but when you get him in one of those camps, he will shine. He can get to the bucket against anybody.
Missouri will do a lot of switching on ball screens.
And Mizzou now on a 7-0 run to match the one that LSU had earlier. And a block foul with 7 on the shot clock.
To be fundamentally unsound.
Right. Second foul on Noah Carter, valuable part of that front line for Mizzou. And that's going to be an offensive foul on the freshman Mike Williams.
I thought Sean East really sold this. Watch Sean East, 55 block. Watch him look around to the official after this hook. Watch his reaction right here. Watch him turn around and look. They say, man, are you watching this?
That's a savvy veteran move. Part of the equation is how you sell the call. Mizzou trying to tack on to a 7-0 run. Tough pass by East and a rare mistake. He's upset with Noah Carter on.
Carolina a little unfortunate in the 5 seed.
Now here's the thing about the SEC, and I realize You hear how good the league is a lot. Here's what makes it different from other good years. I think of those top 7 that we think are in, all of them have a legit shot to win a game or two. And that has not always been the case, even in a year where you get 7 or 8 teams.
To win, you have to defend and rebound. No, you don't. You have to score, and everybody has scored in this conference. It has been fun to watch all season long.
Can I take C, all of the above? Can you score and rebound?
Well, you have to defend enough. I almost think able to rebound, and you have to be able to play enough defense.
I'll tell you what, if you watch Kentucky, Tennessee, talk about some high-level basketball. Kentucky's scoring against everybody right now, winning despite Dalton Connect's 40-piece in that game against Big Blue.
I had Kentucky on Wednesday night, and I described their offense as from Tennessee.
If it wasn't for Dalton Connect.
But you throw the 3 of them together, Kentucky made 15 threes in that game today. They're the #1 3-point shooting team in the country.
Nice play right there, senior to senior, right to Baker.
Baker's had a good year, averaging 11.5 points a game. He gives them a pick and pop 5-man.
Got him in the portal out of Nevada. Both these coaches have good recruiting classes on the way, but both will be active in the portal as well.
It's the little things, but that pass out by Butler was at the ankles of Pierce.
1 second remaining, gonna have to fire it quickly. Honor does, and splashes a 3 at the buzzer.
Again, the offensive patience better than the defensive patience. You cannot give Nick Honor that good of a look.
Honor already with 6 points now for Mizzou, who has a 2-point lead. 10 minutes remaining in half number 1. Wright finds a wide open Ward, passes it up into the corner on a 3. An air ball fired up by Fountain.
I think Ward's got to shoot that shot.
And then a block foul by Ward on the other end. He's not going to have that shot blocked. It might be contested, but he's going to get it off cleanly. Robinson muscles his way inside. Nice move that time by the freshman from Tallahassee.
Yeah, kind of learning on the go, if you will, at the tail end of this season. Robinson, 26 assists, 14 turnovers on the year, but leads the team in steals. So there's value when they're going to get from a group of about 4 or 5 guys. And when you're Dennis Gates, that's a really difficult way to coach.
Yeah, they also just don't have a lot of depth, which in this league,
it's depth. Tennessee in the front court and their depth. I mean,
Florida.
A lot of bodies. That's right, Florida in the front court.
Great closeout that time by Pierce on Wright. A lot of contact, no whistle. Yeah, it's got to be something, right? I mean, all that contact and no whistle. Jordan Wright having a few words with Byron Jarrett.
If the incidental contact affects the guy with the ball, it's not incidental contact.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's got to go one way or another. Go down, it's a turnover for LSU. Mizzou up by 4 and the ball. East throws into heavy traffic. Here comes Ward, full throttle. To Dean, turnaround. Look what I found. Dean turned around and said, yeah, I'll flip this up and in.
That whole play was set up by Tyrell Ward on the defensive end, being in the right position in help defense.
6 points now for Hunter Dean, the senior. Into the corner, Honor again, feeling it. That time missed it. And there to pick up the loose change is Trent Pierce.
Just be active. If you want to be a good offensive rebounder, go to the rim. Put your camera down and get in the picture.
Killer crossover by Hannibal, who gets the whistle and the foul.
The other end.
Robinson whistled for the foul. Hannibal to the free throw line. Hannibal started his career, it's going to be around 150, right?
140.
140.
But there are a couple of guys.
Nick Honor,
155.
Woo!
Jordan Wright, 155.
Man, oh man. We're just about hit the expiration date on the COVID year and some of those rather lofty numbers. Mizzou's hit 6 out of the last 7 shots. Carter gets a just outside the paint touch and then fires up an air ball. Here comes Hannibal. Jump pass to right, tap pass to Fountain.
You've got to be more disciplined with your passing, though.
And Hannibal fouled as he tries to split that man, Dennis Gates, from one spot to the next.
There was an FSU connection way back when.
That's right.
Where they...
Florida State. Dennis Gates still stays in touch with Coach Hamilton. Meant so much in the early part of his career. Down to a 1-point game. That last team foul was 8 on Mizzou, so the race to the bonus is won by LSU.
And that's been a problem for LSU, for Missouri in league games. They commit more than 21 fouls a game.
Robinson to Carter up top, bellied up by Hannibal. Wide open 3. Pops out, loose ball, finally scooped up by Hannibal.
If there's a scrum involved, Hannibal's going to win it.
Yes, he is. Open tray on the other end. A nice box out by Missouri and a foul over the back by Fountain. That was a great job.
So you've got to be able to hit somebody and then seek the ball.
Kind of what we expected, a close game between these two teams. Missouri's been in close games all year long, but here they are sitting with an 0-17 mark, looking for a chance to avoid a winless year in conference play, something that they haven't known during their time in the SEC or going all the way back to the Big 12, the Big 8.
They really struggle scoring down in the high rent district. An undersized team.
Right, blind pass to Fountain, but it's off the mark, wide. Honor was there to steal it. Here comes Bates. He's been quiet. Not anymore. That's a deep 2.
I love the early offense, though, because if you're Missouri, you may not get a better look.
See, the last winless team in SEC play, the Vanderbilt Commodores, that's with Bryce Drew, who took him to the tournament 2 years previous to that. Bryce Drew, now the coach of Grand Canyon.
Trying to get to the NCAA tournament.
For the second time. Been there again once already.
Just poor passing.
And that's been, again, the problem for LSU all year long. Some inexplicable turnovers. When they don't turn it over, they win.
LSU's playing with fire, I think, by allowing Nick Honor so many good looks from bonus land.
LSU now with 7 turnovers in the half. Wright runs into a brick wall and then gets the whistle on the fade and fire. Such an effective player. He's from Louisiana. And comes back to his home state to play his final year here in town. If you could take him on the charter, I'm sure they probably do that as well. As a fellow dog lover, I can appreciate that.
Doesn't Herb Street do that?
I believe so,
yes.
Yeah. I mean, look, you love
There's
your
precedent.
Dog.
There's
Absolutely.
precedent.
It's good enough for Herbie. It's certainly good enough for Jordan Wright and Ballou. 2-point game, under 5.5 to go here in the first half. East finds Carter, tight roping the baseline. He's got nowhere to go and just somehow carves out a millimeter of space to get that one off.
How did he get that to finish? So there's the quick switch, and now they have an opportunity. Yes, you could see it coming. Take another look, though.
Is it okay if I bring my boat? He's a big fisherman. In fact, Dennis Gates, the head coach for Missouri, the local country club, his #1 partner when he does that is Noah Carter. When's the last time you caught a fish, Mark Wise?
It's been a while. But I was raised fishing, so that's okay. When you're raised in Kentucky, you learn to fish in ponds and whatnot.
I never knew you were such an outdoorsman.
Oh, yeah.
That camouflage suit must have given it away. Carter finds East. East, he's bottled up. Honor passed up the 3.
You got to shoot the first time, I think. Does it matter? Maybe not.
Dean with another rebound. How about the performance by Hunter Dean here on senior night? Hannibal downhill, but misses the layup.
Now that no call I like, because the defender was giving the whole time.
East up top. Finds Carter. Spot fire three. Got it. Noah Carter from downtown.
He's really had a struggling season shooting the ball, especially from deep. Just 27%.
Missouri up by 6 now. That's its largest lead. Ward, silent first half. Coming off a career high on Wednesday night. There's a bucket, and maybe that'll get him going. 5 points for Ward.
Great individual effort there. LSU didn't have much going.
Ward, a 6'6" sophomore out of Washington, D.C., who they hope will be a big part of next year's equation here in Baton Rouge. East on a runner. Again, he's a left-hander. Gets his own offensive rebound in the trees, and then gets it to drop in heavy traffic. 7 points for Sean East.
So creative. And anytime Missouri gets second chance points, that's almost bonus.
Yes. They have been at the bottom in rebounding in the league this year, and there's Wilkinson on a response. He all of a sudden has found a feathery touch from behind the arc of late.
He's made a 3 in 4 straight games now.
3-point game, back and forth we go. Bates feeds East on an open tray, rims out. Good look for Sean East, just couldn't get it to go. Under 3 minutes to go. Wilkinson again, too strong on that triple. LSU in conference play, one of the top 3-point shooting teams in the league. Look at East. He's one of the smallest guys on the floor. He takes that right in between an LSU sandwich and finds enough daylight to get the deuce.
Getting whatever he wants right now. Here's the zone again. 2-3, the soft spots, the short corner was going to be on that pass. We talk about Sean East and his ability.
The sentiment that I just think there's multiple teams. You could have a flurry of SEC teams that make it to the second weekend because of that great guard play.
If I'm a Kentucky fan or an Alabama fan, sure, I have concerns about the defense. But the offenses are so elite.
And lottery picks all over the place in that Tennessee-Kentucky game. Carter buries another triple. Noah Carter now with 8.
One of the surprising things to me defensively in our game, why do you allow corner threes? I mean, you not only have to be there on the catch, you have to be there before the catch. I get it. It's the longest closeout.
It's also the shortest shot from three-point land, and the one that so many shooters love the most. Nice block by Missouri on that possession. Mizzou up by 8, again in search of its first conference win of the season.
And here, East is not going to go until he gets everybody set.
And that one was stealed. A pick off by Mike Williams. Williams all the way, missed it, tap in by Ward.
Nice follow-up by Ward. That's a good lesson for all young bigs. Don't assume the guard's going to make every layup in transition. Follow along. Sorry.
First, second chance points for LSU in this game.
Which is a big story because Missouri really gives up, on average, a lot.
Sean East right now is starting to feel it. 11 points, tops among all scorers tonight.
Last shot opportunity. Missouri back to the zone.
Where do you think they go?
Better go free throw line or short corner. They're going to wait too late to start this.
Who's getting the shot? Ward covered up. Williams going to have to launch. Desperation heave. And he got fouled. Honor fouled him in Nashville. I think it's going to be awfully tough to pick which one of those talented teams winds up cutting down the nets.
Are we still waiting on our...
He's had a lot of nice things to say about my suits this year, which I appreciate. So does my suit guy, by the way. But I had a lot of fun. Williams sinks the second, or the third, I should say. And that's how the half will come to a close. A 6-point game at times as well. Again, for what's at stake for LSU, they've got a chance to finish in the upper half of conference play. This is the largest halftime lead for Missouri in SEC play. And how about this? Missouri, the worst rebounding team in the league, right now +1 on the glass. But 3 times Mizzou has led a conference game at halftime. They led by 3 against Tennessee, they lost. They led by 3 at Ole Miss, they lost. They led by 1 at South Carolina, and they lost. Will they finally be able to break the schneid tonight?
They have not had any trouble being the hang-around team. They've just had trouble finishing.
Anything you want to see different out of LSU defensively?
Well, I think they're going to have to decide what they want to do with East, whether they want to stun at him, whether they want to hard hedge on any kind of ball screen. Right now, he's the guy. They cannot stop him.
He was Logan College, where he led the nation in scoring. John A. Logan, by the way, is in Carterville, Illinois, a student body of 3,200. That's a pretty good find out of good old John A. Logan.
Played for Kyle Smith-Peters on the staff at Missouri. Now there's Hannibal doing Hannibal things.
He's got 7. Missouri back in a familiar situation, either leading or right in the game in the second half. Carter had the hot hand at the end of the first half.
No need to rush that. He had the mismatch.
Ward into Baker, draws a double. Somebody's got to be open. It's Hannibal! And 1!
Big guy must see those 2 things, a cutter and a 3-point shooter.
Third foul on Pierce, by the way. Baker corrals an offensive rebound. And Hannibal turns it over. 3-on-1. East alley-oop pass to Bates. And one of the few mistakes that Sean East has made.
Yeah, just a poor. Here's Missouri back to the 1-1-3, which really is a 2-3. Ball's got to go to the free throw line or the short corner.
What do you like about the zone?
Well, that's good ball movement. But again, you're dictating what shot is coming. And to me, the whole story in the first half was Missouri's ability to rebound with LSU. And the big question mark for any zone is, can you rebound out of it?
Wow. LSU, they will play Dawn Staley's South Carolina team, who won on a bank buzzer beater against Tennessee while down by a point. They won by 2. It's an incredible finish.
You've got to see it to believe it.
You got to see it to believe it. Some madness in Greenville. Hannibal. Wow. That's just pure power and strength by a guy who looks like an outside linebacker playing point guard.
Or a fullback hitting the A-gap.
Yes.
Is that the A-gap? Am I right?
That is the A-gap.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
Has been the difference. He's now into double figures for Matt McMahon's team.
Now 11 points for Hannibal, 14 for East, leading away for Mizzou. Again, Missouri has led at the half 3 times in SEC play, but still hasn't been able to finish off an opponent in the second half.
Watch this ball screen. What did they do with East? A straight switch.
East lines up a 3 and buries it. Gosh, is he dangerous. 17 points for East.
Just doesn't matter. Switch, hedge, double.
The hot yoga paying dividends for number 55 in black. Hannibal, drive and kick. Under 10 to shoot. Baker left alone. Fires up a knuckleball. Tapped out of bounds.
With confidence. So there's 2 ways to beat a team in a zone. You either shoot them out or rebound them out. And for Missouri, that's the big question. Can you get misses and can you rebound?
Fountain skying for the rebound and draws the foul right on cue, Coach.
Again, there's no block.
He has another year to come back. And there's a good chance you might see Derek Fountain back in Baton Rouge next. Scenes, looks, rare scene footage, sound from players and coaches. It'll be right here on the SEC Network and ESPN.
How about the Alabama win today? They made 2 late threes to tie the game. Battle still had a shot at the end to win for Arkansas. And Bama survives in overtime.
Bama did not have a lead the entire first and second half, forced overtime, and then wound up winning the game. Arkansas might still be a dangerous out in Nashville. They can score. Ward knows how to score. Missed it, tapped up by Fountain.
And guess who gets the rebound?
Sean East, who else? East doing it all. East coast to coast and draws the foul.
Sean East on the threes.
Right.
They really struggle.
Exactly.
And so I think those other 3 teams are probably better built to win 3 games.
Stretch. Of course, Dalton Connect had a stretch of games of 25 or more.
Right.
He's putting up all kinds of insane numbers this year.
Mike, you know what that tells me? Where is Sean East on the scouting report?
Well, I would think he'd be at the top.
Yes.
I know he was.
Yes.
I know he was for Matt McMahon. It's the first name he mentioned when we talked to him today about keys to winning this game.
And he's still getting 20
Absolutely.
plus.
Yeah, he doesn't have the help of some of the other great scorers in this league.
Really good job by Missouri on their activity in the zone.
Over the years, you go with
that
whatever.
won more games than Missouri.
Well, well, yes. But, I mean, there's also been, there's a big 3. Hunter Dean. You should tell Hunter Dean it's senior night every night.
He's now 3 of 5 from deep on the year. You know what I'm going to say about that? He needs more shots.
He needs more shots. He's got 9 points. Got a rare start here today.
For a heat check now.
I don't know if Matt McMahon agrees with that, but I know for the entertainment standpoint, sure.
Again, East gets the switch he wants.
That was an ill-advised pass deflected by Fountain. Numbers, and a finish and a foul for Mike Williams. The young man that could be a focal point next year. The freshman Mike Williams sinks the free throw to make it a 1-point game.
You know, you talk about Williams and Ward and Reed as sophomores. That's a pretty good nucleus.
Absolutely. Honor. Inside Majok. Blocked by Dean. Dean, great pass to Hannibal. 2-on-1. Hannibal lays it in. LSU recaptures the lead. 8-0 run for the hometown Tigers. Shot clock under 10. Honor lost it.
Hunter Dean.
You know what I loved about that play? The quick outlet by Hunter Dean. Staple of the great big men of old. Get that rebound and quickly get it out front. Fountain squirts it out to right.
And they got the ball where it needed to go.
3 ball from the corner. Splashed home by Williams, who now has 8.
That came after an inside touch, made the zone collapse.
And a timeout for a collapse on him. He's become a much better passer. He did not have that in his bag of tools early in the year. He's become more of a point guard late this season.
Started the last 10, and in that span, he has 45 assists, to your point.
Under 10 on the shot clock for Mizzou. Sean East time now. East draws a lot of attention. And a 3 off the mark that time by Bates. He had a good look.
Quality possession, though.
Hannibal whips it inside to Dean. Got it! Of LSU basketball this year without talking about the progression of Hannibal at the point guard the last 10 games. Remember, Jalen Cook was supposed to be the guy at that position. They waited for the NCAA to clear him from Tulane as a two-time transfer. Then he got hurt. Then he got suspended. The keys to the car were given to Trey Hannibal, who had never really been entrusted as a true point guard. Boy, has he learned on the fly.
And he has got his foot down on the gas pedal.
And so too does LSU, up by 7 now. They were just down by 7 a few minutes ago.
Now they put Wright on East, a more physical presence.
East fouled on the floor. A lot of quick hands going in there. Team fouls, 14-0 run in the last 2:38. That happened in the blink of an eye. Remember, Missouri led this game at the half for the 4th time this year in conference play. 5 on the shot clock. Here comes East. And Wright whistled for the foul.
I think they have played with more energy defensively.
Tough pass stolen by Hannibal to Dean. And Dean
ruins the alley-oop opportunity.
It's like a defensive back getting back in coverage. Then Hannibal just
he tried to throw it in with one hand.
With one hand.
One to stop it.
That's one of those turnovers again. Just kind of fight through it. Now Williams almost forces a turnover on the other end. Carter, backdoor cut, East, why not? When in doubt, go to 55 in black. 23 points for Sean East.
That was a design play to take advantage of the aggressive man-to-man that LSU has started playing. Great call by Dennis Gates.
Hunter Dean puts it on the deck and gets fouled by the freshman Jordan Butler.
Sean East in Missouri's points.
Well, he's got 23.
Everybody else has got 24.
And he's 9 of 12 from the field and doing it. 4 for 4 from the line. Williams, dipsy-do. Where did that come from?
Somehow Mizzou's defense just parted.
10 points for the freshman.
Kind of feel like this is a danger zone for the visitors.
I would certainly concur with that assessment.
Let's go back to the last possession.
Of course, 20 seconds on the shot clock.
East needs Bates or somebody to help.
Well, that was a good look by Bates. He just wasn't able to get it to drop. He's only got 4 points tonight. I think the answer to your riddle is number 2, Tamar Bates. They need him to start to heat up.
No question. This is not the most gifted, offensively driven team. Their margin of error, not very big.
Right on a deep 3. Carter flying in, and Butler got caught holding Hunter Dean down.
Who gets the East assignment?
Dean in the corner finds Hannibal, and he's blocked by Carter. And if that's Noah Carter's, LSU at the line 10 for 17 tonight. Calmly buries a pair. 9-point cushion for LSU.
You had that game midweek when Hannibal went for the double-double with the 10 points and 10 rebounds.
And put up the numbers. He had the turnover bug early. He's been much better with the basketball in this game. Bates on the baseline stuff, and that's what Missouri desperately needs more of. He can go off.
He's been really quiet tonight. He's got 5 games this year where he scored 20 or more, including that 36 against Florida.
That's going to be a walk. Now, Reed.
So the goal for Missouri now, Mike, is to get the fight of the game back in the middle of the ring. They've been on the ropes the last 3 or 4 possessions.
Lately, it's been Missouri with the turnover bug. Great pass to Hannibal. Behind the back to Ward. Got it! Oh, what a play!
My goodness.
That'll put some juice in the building here in the PMAC. That might be the most exciting play LSU's had all year. Honor, air ball. Hannibal, breakaway. The way things have changed, Mark, I hope we don't lose that special part of senior night.
And we're going to see App State tomorrow night in the semifinals of the Sun Belt, and he knew that. He knew that they survived today.
He was all over it. Once a Mountaineer, always a Mountaineer. And Matt McMahon, of course, eventually went into coaching and did such a great job at Murray State. If it wasn't for the pandemic year, they would have been in 4 NCAA tournaments.
A little 2-2-1, a different look defensively. Back to the 2-3.
LSU has been able to find the soft spot in this zone. And he had right in the corner if that pass gets there cleanly. Instead, it's Missouri the other way. East, down low, Bates, blocked by Williams. Wow, are they getting good minutes out of Mike Williams tonight?
LSU a little lucky there because they were disorganized defensively. There's the short, right in the middle of the zone. That's the weak spot, the free throw line.
Yeah, LSU right now is busting that zone up. Open shots, open conversions. 13 points now for Tyrell Ward. Base can't connect. And Missouri has gone chilly from the floor. Reed inside. Kick out right on a 3. Now Missouri the other way. East on right. East is so crafty.
Wright was trying, wasn't he?
Yes,
he was trying
to
time it.
East made the smart move there. He did not want to take it right on right at the hole. Wright is a bigger, more physical player. Just stopped and then floated one up off the window. 25 for Sean East now. Got to get some stops, though, if you're Missouri. And that will not help. Offensive crash and stick back for Jalen Reed, his first basket.
I just think in the second half, led by Hannibal, LSU's played harder.
Yeah. Bates backing in. And he gets hammered. Timeout on the floor. LSU
to tied for 7th. Now they'll lose the tiebreaker.
Right.
And so they'll be in the 8-9 game. But
year number 2. Bates, 8 points now for the junior out of Kansas City. LSU content to bleed a little clock here. Wait for a good shot.
Yeah, but no reason to play the shot clock game. There's the short corner. Now this possession ought to be a good one.
Hannibal passed it up. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, fouled and 1. Here would make it a 20-point night for the 5th-year senior.
Boy, did Matt McMahon strike gold, deciding to put Trey Hannibal at the point in the last 10 games.
Well, in all honesty, he hadn't had many other options.
It's correct.
Yeah, sometimes the solution comes out of necessity. East measures a 3. Hannibal rips away the rebound in the trees.
Well, not only that, but he's above all the trees.
Yes. 5 rebounds, 20 points, 5 dimes for Trey Hannibal.
So if you're LSU, you've got what you wanted. You've got Missouri out of the zone. What a wild shot that is.
Baker there to clean it up. Wheeling, dealing, another and 1. Goodness, it's been a time lead in SEC play this year, 35-29. was the halftime score. And LSU came out of the locker room in the second an entirely different team. Approaching 5 minutes to go. Honor can't find it. Hannibal incidentally needs 2 more points to tie his career high. Reed to Ward. Cut off at the baseline. Oh, nice pass down low by Hannibal. Hannibal right now can. Baker started his career in Texas, built in 1972. It used to be the Cow Palace before that. And you had rodeos and livestock shows in the old building here in Baton Rouge. That's where one Jack Wise used to blow the
yes,
whistle.
He did. Many moons ago.
The father of my partner here, Mark Wise. Carter muscling his way in. Gets that one to go. He's got 10.
Mike, while we have a moment also, you know, we've worked together all year at all these different schools and their control rooms, and I just want to give a big shout out to all the people who have made us look good, I guess is a way to put it, but there are a lot of people behind the scenes who have done a lot of marvelous work all season long.
No question. And some very talented people throughout these 14 SEC sites. There'll be 2 more next year.
From last year to this year. Now, I personally think Texas A&M has a great shot of getting back in the NCAA tournament, but I'm going to be curious to look at the net rankings tomorrow between Ole Miss and LSU.
Well, we would certainly assume Ole Miss is going to go down after getting beat rather handily by Texas A&M today. So even if for some reason A&M fell short, LSU might still get one of those 2 spots. If not, pick up a road game in the NIT. Much rather obviously have it here at the friendly confines of the PMAC.
I believe that road win, I know that road win protects.
Listen to the Joe Lunardis of the world, because we've asked this question. What counts more?
Yeah.
Good wins or bad loss? To me, that would spell a trip to the NCAA tournament. Now, you want to put all this to rest, win 1 game in Nashville, and I think it's a virtual lock.
Yeah, maybe 2 because of their seeding and who they're going to play. But, yeah, I think they win 2. I think they're in. And you may be right. 1 may get them in. Now, it also depends on the other teams around you, and fans don't seem to understand that.
Yeah, you got to get out of the bubble to understand the bubble, right? Got to get out of your own bubble to understand the bubble.
Well, Ward's got to be ready to shoot. The ball came inside out.
Under 3 minutes to go. Missouri in need of a comeback miracle. Bates, that'll get it started.
Bates 40% from deep on the year. He's had a great season.
He might fall just short of this, but a chance to go 50, 40, and 90.
Man, that is really hard to do.
It's hard at any level. John Sunbold would be quick to point out if he had a 3-point line. Honor to Carter. He'll launch and hit. There's about only one way to do it. Missouri's doing it that way, burying threes.
Well, just remember, any kind of momentum that Missouri might build here in the last 2 minutes might carry over to Nashville.
Good point. They'll be involved in one of the 2 games on Wednesday. Fountain. Air ball. I'll tell you what, Missouri could make this pretty interesting with a 3 here.
Just stop and shoot it, big
Carter.
fella. Yes.
The high riser, Aiden Shaw. That's
here in the second half. Guess what the difference is in the game?
10 points. Catch by LSU as they break the timeline.
Just barely.
Yeah, by about a half a second.
Now this is going to be
2-shot foul. Hannibal 6 out of 8 at the line tonight.
by that. Because he missed that, you can counter with 2. You don't have to have a 3 here.
16 second half points for Trey Hannibal. Honor rejected by Fountain. Wright waiting to get fouled, and that comes in the form of Nick Honor, and that's 5
times this year.
I've always just had a great respect for his game. They say he's a vocal guy, even though he's never that animated on the floor, but he's a leader in the locker room and on this team. Time running out for Missouri. Okay. That'll certainly help Trent Pierce with a 3. And then a turnover. Carter backing in. Carter fouled and almost got that one to drop.
I am not
that free throw shooter. Noah Carter, 14 points. I believe it was in this building with LSU and Kentucky when Rick Pitino was the coach. If I'm not mistaken, Kentucky rallied down from about
31.
Yes.
31 points down.
That's the largest comeback I've ever seen in the SEC.
Much better press attack.
Foul by Bates will send Jordan Wright to the free throw line. And if you're LSU, that timeout's remaining. You know, it's kind of interesting when you watch them. We're interviewing and being courted by the same SEC school, so they all know each other indirectly and now directly. And they were all hot commodities when their respective SEC programs gave them a shot. So was Lamont Paris, for that matter, at South Carolina, who is probably going to be your SEC Coach of the Year and maybe your National Coach of the Year. Yeah. You do realize a 3-pointer here would make it a 6-point game. Or a quick 2. That'll work. Robinson on the flush.
Now it's got to be deny and foul.
And foul. That's exactly who LSU wants to get the ball to, and there's the foul.
That's why I thought, and if LSU can go ahead and win this, they'll get to wear their gold home jerseys.
That's right. 3 in uniforms. If LSU won it, they'd be the home team against Mississippi State. If they lost it, they would have been the road team against Mississippi State. You know, State will be starving for a victory after another tough loss today against South Carolina.
Just a senseless foul.
By way of Tallahassee, Florida. One out of 2. Rebound Bates. This will work out quite well. It winds up being a 3-point play. Comes into Ward. Here's the quick foul with 22 seconds left. So-called badges of honor that you wear in a tough season. But this team has played hard, fought hard. They have coached hard for Missouri.
It still has to be a 3.
And now Matt McMahon says, let's.
Well, in that first meeting in Tuscaloosa went to overtime.
South Carolina hasn't had great success in the SEC tournament in recent years. Why in the world would you foul? Why?
East has one of the unusual free throw deliveries.
I've never seen a player do that. Get the grip around the world. Fire it through the hole.
And when you're 85%, Mike, you can do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. It's still amazing this is a 6-point game. But again, only 11 seconds on the clock. It will certainly take a miracle for Mizzou at this point. A 5-second call would help that miracle. They do get it in time, and then a turnover with 8.4 remaining.
But they'll have to go look at that 40 offensive and defensive efficiency.
Interesting. 9 seconds for Carter with 5.9. Hannibal. How about that? Clutch.
Now, if any...
By the way, Hannibal just tied his career high. And that's a new career high on senior night. Final 5 seconds will tell. You got to be kidding me. Okay, so if he hits this one, steal a 3.
Make your 3.
Okay. No timeouts for either side. So if you're in jeopardy of a 5-second call, there's nothing you can do about it. Williams, the freshman, will be the trigger man. Roams the baseline. Throws it to Ward, into Hannibal. And a foul committed by Robinson.
That was forced.
To see it end, apparently.
This is game number 252 and 253. Oh, my goodness. Here we go.
Oh, my goodness. To ice it, we think. He does. Absolutely, positively, do not foul. East. Baseball pass, picked off. Hannibal gets it, and LSU will finish in the upper half of the SEC.